Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we're going to look at the new Tier 5 Asian Destroyer Fushun. Zen Bing's the man. In this one we got Bay and Sim standard inspirations for our destroyers. Haven't decided between the two commanders which one we really want to go to. We're going to continue up the tech tree line. I've been experimenting with both of them, and we'll see which ones fit best with which ships. This is the last ship in line where it's just smokes. We don't have the option for the radar come Tier 6 Gajamata, which we just tried out earlier yesterday on the stream for a game. Then you can put the radar on, but it's going to be a short duration radar, low distance coverage. So whether or not those radars are actually going to be the strongest option, perhaps not, would be my early suspicion. Of course, we're not going to make up our minds till we try those fully, but in terms of variety, being the spice of life, perhaps we'll run the radars as we continue on the line. We'll see as we go on here, but here we got 4 smokes, quick cycling, 70-second duration, so they're not the longest lasting smokes, but the cooldown quite short, so you can get through these smokes fairly easily. Of course, they don't cycle quite as quick as the Brits, for instance, but compared to most other lines, you're going to be having access to these smokes almost continuously throughout the match, so very powerful smokes. But you got to be a little bit careful keeping an eye on the duration when you're sitting in them, if that's how you choose to use them. Moving forward here, of course, we got domination mode. We're going into the A-cab. We got Poltava spotted, and behind that, Tennessee and Gorky, Suistar. German community contributor, part of our program here. And she's in the Gorky. We're going to be pushing in there. And look at the twist and track. Keep an eye on this twist and track, because we got these 3 ships really close to us, but it's going to continue to suggest something's off to the left. Okay, so you can see those ships. The Gorky looks like about 10 kilometers. Tennessee, Poltava, these are all relatively close. And yet the twist and track pointing off to the left, which is why we're moving to the far western side of this cap, because we do want to get this cap captured, of course. But the problem is, if whatever destroyer is moving in, that we can see by the radio locator suggesting this position, if that ship happens to spot us, and then we have 4 close quarters support ships sitting right next to us like this, that's when we're in trouble. This is very risky, no doubt about it, but I would almost classify it as a mistake here. We'll see how we resolve this situation, but a lot of times the destroyer fights, the destroyer v destroyer fights, come down to who's closer to the support ships on their team and which team support ships do a better job shooting the opposing destroyer. So we get spotted here. Fubuki, we do pop the smoke, hoping that the Nuremberg would continue to spot, but not long for the world. Widespread torps. How are we going to dodge those? Oh, they're easy because they're widespreads. Don't ever load widespreads. Don't ever load them. You're going to get this little sound effect that we like to play on the channel if you're on the game that we're reviewing and are using them. Got a spread, nice tight spread there. You can see these ships clumped in. I don't know if they're trying to refuel or if there's some sort of black hole or other space-time fabric continuum anomaly that they're encountering out there. Nevertheless, we're just kind of setting them down there. Now the deep water torps, and keep an eye on the map here. Oh god, we got a red destroyer here and we're missing this. A little bit too focused on making sure we don't wind up in the other community contributors' content by getting our butts kicked. So we're trying to focus on the Gorky, but we're missing the destroyer. And look at this, Fubuki is right next to us. We do get 4 torp hits, decent, but the Fubuki existential threat, of course, he almost got within the proxy spotting distance, and of course we've been pissing off those ships that we just whacked with the torps, so they would have been looking for opportunities to shoot back. Nevertheless, we do have the Fubuki down, and we also have another destroyer on the other edge, the eastern edge of the cap. So a lot of action over here, and we're very close to these ships. Need to be more focused on disengaging. Take a look at how much time's left on the smoke. 10 seconds. Okay, so we're in trouble here. We got a bunch of ships that are ticked off, and they're pushing in. And we also have another destroyer close to us. Now, we got some support ships close range. We also have a cruiser that's kind of backline. But we're getting some shots on the Gorky here. Low health. Of course, we want to remove these targets as quick as possible. Also, a couple deep water torp strikes hitting down range. Gorky does catch fire there, and down it goes. And look out, we got some strikes coming in here, and Poltava. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go.
We've got 2 of them.
What?
We've got 2 of them.
What?
We've got 2 of them.
Okay. Little John's appearance in the studio sponsored by Bull Bites. Bull Bites. Ooh, yeah, bite into the bowl. Okay, jumping back into the action here, we're in trouble. We got, of course, all these close quarter ships shooting at us. Le Terrible coming in hot. He's dangerous, of course, trying to get behind this island. We've got the battleship's ability to shoot us blocked, but the Terrible, if he focuses on us, easy to take us out here. He's into the smoke cloud. Luckily, that allows us to get away here. Need to drop our own smoke if we're focusing on our own safety. We got an engine busted. There's a lot going on here. We do get the Confederate. Okay, that's fine. Turns his attention off to whatever's on the left-hand side. There goes the battleship. Okay, I guess. But where's the follow-up here? We do get the smoke down. Fushun low. Talene, please, come on over here. We need him. Now, what's he thinking? He's like, dude, a couple of battleships right over there. What do you want me to do? Push into those guys? I'm not nuts. He's not going to do that. But we're going to keep pinging him on the radio out of desperation. Where's the Terrible? Charge! Charge the Fushun. He can't torp you. There's no threat. I'm a one-shot Fushun. You're a half-health Terrible. That's an easy fight. He could actually ram us and survive and win that fight. But inexplicably, we get away there. Launch some torps at the Tennessee, I believe. Pushing up the gap. And we disengage here. Low health. Not necessarily the health that we would reliably need to make this play work. Look at the secondaries going off. Couple hits there. We could be going down. Or if the main guns were over in this position, if he was a little bit more aware of us, we'd already be dead as well. So, desperation play, trying to get away from the Terrible mostly, and trying to kind of suicide strike this guy because we're expecting to be dead here any minute. But we're continuing to run for our lives. No main gun battery shots coming in. He's not really paying attention to us. Notices the deep water torps at the last second, but down he goes, and there's the Terrible coming our way. Gotta get him out of here. Need the Talene to be shooting him. And look at the Terrible's HP is going down. So he is shooting them, and the Cruiser will get the second best score on the team in this game. So no doubt he's having a fine game back there. This is what we always caution, when we, things look kind of grim from your perspective. Well, you don't know what's going on the other guy's screen. There's times where it's obvious that they're kind of not really doing the most profitable play, or even something that would remotely be considered profitable. In fact, that's not something that happens from time to time. That's a common occurrence. But in this instance, the Talene is getting some work done. He just didn't happen to take out the Terrible, which is what, of course, we were desperately focused on. But somehow we evade him once again, considering just kind of dropping anchor, hoping he comes around there and trying to gun him down. But, of course, we're low health. The game is in the balance at the moment because we were tied to caps, we're tied in ships, but look at this. They're on A, they're trying to flip A, and they already got a built-in lead. So time is of the essence here. We're going to try and catch this Tennessee in the gap, okay? Now look at where we line up these shots, and just because the indicator says, okay, part of this is blocked, that's fine. We're going to hit the beach on the right with a torp, we're going to hit the beach on the left with a torp. Maybe we get one or two through the gut. But it's a worthy shot to be taken. Talene, come on, we need your help. We, of course, want him up close and personal to us. Want him close enough to help with the destroyer. He doesn't want to deal with the battleship. Once again, Terrible comes around the bend, not ready to engage. I'm not sure if he's torping there. Finally he shoots, but it's too late, in fact. We get two salvos off for his one, and of course we slam on the brakes, and we should even be kind of going the opposite way to account for that suspected torp strike. I'm not really sure why he isn't ready to go with the guns there. He would have killed us had he been, and the red team likely would have won this match. Okay, so we get spotted by the Tennessee. He's also not ready to shoot here. And then the fires that were burning from the Talene, he goes down. We chipped him with just minor damage at this point in time. We're up. Now you can say to yourself, you're up 3 ships. You're up on score at this point in time. Why not hang back? That is an option. But here's the problem, okay? We don't know what cruisers. I guess we just checked Belfast. But we don't really know what's going on with this battleship on B. He's just been sitting on B for the last, seems like a while to me. I don't know if he's really exhibiting the aggression that we'd like to see him there. And let's just say Belfast kills battleship, 100-point swing, okay? Because we're down, or we're not up over 100 points on the red team. Battleship goes down. Red's now back in the lead. Now what do I got to do? Push into a cruiser, Fushun, a one-shot Fushun. Boom, down, I'm dead. And now we got the Talene versus the Belfast, and that's a coin toss, okay? So that's not necessarily what we want to have happen. We'd like to have the battleship just straight up rush the cruiser and take him out, or even better, get on C, see if you can spot him there, flip the cap and shoot, or get on their home cap. D, same thing. Get on one of those caps and shoot, but he kind of sails in between the caps. You can deal damage whether you're on the cap or off the cap. Might as well be on the cap. Okay, it's a common mistake that you see out there a lot. People too focused on the fight, not focused on the map. Got to be checking the map as often as you can. That's a skill, map awareness, that is what sets, good players apart from the not so good players, the players that are still working on learning the game. You got to be aware of the situation in the game, and you got to view it as a strategy game, kind of like a board game. So we got the Italian close behind us. We're very risky here, okay? We don't have no idea where this cruiser is, and this is making me nervous, but I desperately want to get on one of these caps. Or maybe we're just chasing the Kraken. Maybe we're playing a little selfish at this point in time. Hopefully not, because that, this game is by no means determined the outcome in our favor, at least. So, Belfast does take some shots there. We did see HE from the battleship, which is always disconcerting. Nevertheless, we're going to attempt to... He's moving to the west there with a little bit of a northwest bent. So I'm trying to get into position here, see if we can catch him with some torps. We'd like the Kraken, of course, but we do want to get on the base as well. Pop the smoke as we're coming around the bend. On his game, it says destroyer spotted, but he's not really aware of us. We doubled torp the gap where we only needed one salvo, and then we shoot. Bad execution across the board. We only needed one torp to go through there. Of course, he kills us, fine. But had we torped on the top end of that island as he gets flushed out there, he would have actually eaten that second salvo if we had properly placed it. Mistake number 2, shooting him. Okay, if the game says the destroyer's here and he looks on the map, he'll see us, but a lot of players won't. They'll ignore it, or they'll just be focused on it. And if we don't shoot him, perhaps that first salvo hits him. So we could have hit him with either salvo there. Shooting, guaranteed we're going to hit him with neither. So anyway, pretty decent game overall. A couple mistakes here and there, but that's a look at the Fushun for you guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We got lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.